Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, I'm ScrapMan, bringing you another episode of Scrap Mechanic, and today we are bringing stupid vehicles back. And not only are we bringing stupid vehicles back, but we're also making it a community challenge. So I'm going to challenge you guys in the Discord to create your own stupid vehicles as well. So in this episode, I'm going to be showing off some examples of stupid vehicles that I've made in the past. We're going to be making a new stupid vehicle. At least I have an idea in my head. I don't know if it'll work or not. And then we'll go over the rules for submissions on the stupid vehicle challenge if you want to participate and make your own stupid vehicle. Now, I know some of you are probably expecting the announcement of the next community series today, but I decided to hold off one more week for that because there's a couple more details I need to kind of get figured out first. It wasn't quite ready to be announced today. So next Saturday will be the announcement of the next big community project, and it's gonna be a doozy, and I hope that we can get it all organized, but we'll save that for next week. So, stupid vehicles. What is a stupid vehicle? If you want to make your own stupid vehicle, it probably helps to know what a stupid vehicle is. Basically, a stupid vehicle kind of defines this channel more than I ever really expected it to, or even planned on that. You may remember a recent motto that we've established on the channel is that it doesn't have to work great, it just has to work. And that pretty much defines what a stupid vehicle is. A stupid vehicle has to be able to get you from one point to another. Like, you actually have to be able to use it as a vehicle to transport you with some level of intent on your destination, not just some random thing that makes you go wherever it decides you're gonna go. There has to be some level of control, but it does it in a way that is not quite normal and not quite the most efficient way to do it, because nothing really beats like a basic plane, car, or boat for different mediums. But there are plenty of other ways to get around. For example, I think this may have been one of the first stupid vehicles I ever made. Now, the thing behind stupid vehicles is experimentation and playing with different concepts of movement and transportation methods. So this one, all we gotta do is press forward, and this is how this vehicle gets around. This is actually one of my favorites. It's one of the originals. It's one of my favorites. And the reason being is that it's really kind of interesting to watch. It's almost like satisfying to watch, and it's pretty unique. And we can even turn, I think it has a suspension glitch in here, and we turn using the suspension glitch. So yeah, that's an example of a stupid vehicle that's really based off of like, it's basically like a concept vehicle. It's like, here's this weird concept of how to get around. Now, oops, oh, never mind. It's done. I thought I left it going for a second. Now, this one here, this was also a very kind of conceptual one, but a lot more complicated. So I think we get in the seat here, we go ahead and activate it, and here, I'm just gonna turn, if I do this right now, I'm gonna hit the other vehicle. Let's see if we can, oh, never mind. We're going this way. Okay, we're going this way. Oh, boy. Okay, I gotta remember how to use this. Oh, yeah, so I have to manually control. There we go. This is the Slinky, I think I called it. You can probably tell why. So I actually have to press a button anytime I want to switch directions of which thrust is happening. I manually press the button, and the reason being is that, let's say I want to switch directions back this way, I can just not press the button and then press it once, whoops, once the thing hits the ground. I could automate this, but I think I liked having control more, because then you can also do this. Whee! Okay, I don't want to do that anymore. All right, there we go. Back on the ground. Oh, no, this is bad. This is bad. Oh, this is why it's a stupid vehicle. Oh, boy. Okay, there we go. All right, let's make our way back to the area that we started so I can show you the third example before we start building a brand new one. All right, so we have one of the originals. We have one of the more complex ones. And here we have one of the more silly ones. Which seat is the driver? All right, here we go. We got the driver's seat here. And I think... yeah, I think this is it. If you get in the right rhythm, you can start going forward. It just kicks itself. The purpose of this vehicle was to see if I could build something that kicks itself around. And you may be wondering about turning. Well, turning is also possible by the use of the propeller on the top, which just adds to the derpiness. So as you can see, I'm turning to the left now, and then I can turn to the right as well. Doesn't work great. But as you can see, it works. Oh, you really got to get the timing down. Okay, what's the button do? Oh, we also have this, so you can do a complete 180 if you wanted to. And now we can just go in the other direction. Wow, This thing's more of a genius vehicle. It's a genius stupid vehicle than I remembered it being. So let's get into the rules of the challenge first for those of you who want to participate, and then I will go ahead and build, based off of those rules, another stupid vehicle, and I don't even know if it's going to work. It might be a failed experiment. I have a concept in mind. It's just all about whether this concept works as a scrap mechanic, and it's a physics-based thing, so you never know which scrap mechanic. So there's really not that many rules to it, but I am going to be judging based off of the uniqueness, the creativity, and the silliness even of the movement methods that you use in the stupid vehicles. Now, the big thing is, pretty much the #1 rule is that you have to be able to control it to an intended destination. So this means your vehicle can't just randomly fling you around with no control whatsoever. It's not about moving, it's about moving to where you want to go. So yeah, I guess that's it right there. It doesn't have to work great is what I'm saying, but it does have to work as a vehicle. Okay, and then the only other rule that I can think of really is that the movement method must be repeatable. So that means if I use it to get somewhere, I want to be able to continue to use it to get to somewhere else, So if you were thinking of making an explosives-based vehicle where you trigger an explosive and that sends you going in a certain direction, but then the explosive is gone, so you can't re-trigger it, that would violate this rule. Because that means that the vehicle isn't really able to consistently get you from point A to point B. It can only really do it once. And then one extra add-on thing is I don't want AI vehicles. I don't want a vehicle that just does whatever it's going to do on itself. I want some level of control over what I'm doing on the vehicle. So you have to be in the driver's seat and you have to do something for the vehicle to control. Now make sure, oh, I don't know what this thing is doing. Make sure that you type out your description of the vehicle if there's like a certain way to use it or something, because sometimes they're not the most, sometimes stupid vehicles aren't the most intuitive things to drive. Hence the name stupid vehicle, especially with some of these things. So yeah, if I think of anything else, it'll be in the Discord channel that will be dedicated for this challenge. Now, let's get on to building the next stupid vehicle, or what I hope will be the next stupid vehicle. What I'm essentially going to try to do here, we might need to use the reduced drag blocks. Speaking of which, I will have a list of acceptable mods. You can't just use any mod you want, but I will have a list of acceptable mods in the Discord for those of you participating. But I might have to use the reduced drag block if the concept doesn't work with vanilla physics. But the idea I have in my head is I want to use pistons and weight displacement to kind of pull my vehicle along. So friction and weight are going to be interacting here to make this work. So I'm going to start building the basic concept, and once I have it ready to be tested, I'll catch up with you then, and we'll see how it works. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the next stupid vehicle. I don't know what to call it, but you know what? Why don't I let you guys in the comments name it after you see how it works? And, maybe I'll just, I'll pin one of my favorite names. Let's do that. Surprisingly to me, this actually works pretty much exactly as I hoped it worked, and it's even more effective than I thought it was going to be. So, this is completely weight distribution based. So this is a giant weight on top of a very light wooden vehicle. And basically the idea is this weight moves forward at the same time that some support pistons go down to put the wheels off the ground. These are completely unpowered wheels. There is no engines on this thing. So that weight moves forward. Then when you press the button again, these support pistons will retract, putting the wheels back on the ground, and at the same time pulling this weight back in towards the seat. But because the weight is so much heavier than the rest of the vehicle, it's much more difficult for the weight to be displaced than it is for the vehicle. So the vehicle actually gets pulled into the weight rather than the other way around. And that is the method of movement for this stupid vehicle. So all I do is press number 1, the weight goes out, the legs come down, and then when I press number 1 again, it comes back in, and you can see we got some forward movement going. Now, of course, this is going to be much more effective on flat ground, and I'm assuming that going uphill is not going to work that well. And it can turn, too. Here, let me let it go all the way out. There we go. You can see turning does work. So this qualifies all of the rules of the challenge. It is controllable enough for me to get to an intended destination. Like, say I wanted to get over to that little tiny bush over there. We could just head over in that direction. The movement is repeatable. I don't have to, like, replenish any canisters or parts or anything that gets destroyed or whatever like that. So I can just do this as much as I want, pretty much, unless I get stuck. It's not AI, and it is definitely a different and unique mode of transportation and movement. Now, I will also say, paint your vehicles if you're going to submit. Just doesn't matter what the color scheme is. It does not have to be ScrapMan colors. In fact, I prefer a wide variety of color schemes. I don't want everything to just be black and red all the time, which is why I colored this one, I guess, red, white, and blue. I didn't really choose that because of America or anything. I just kind of chose 3 colors and turned out that way. So yeah, painted vehicles are much more likely to be shown than unpainted vehicles because it actually looks like a creation that is finished. So yeah, names. What do you think this thing should be called? I'm looking forward. What kind of creative names are you guys gonna come up with in the comments? And if you're interested in submitting your own stupid vehicle, the deadline will be, I don't know, it's Saturday right now, so maybe I'll give you the weekend plus Monday to do it. And then I'll do the results video on Wednesday. So you pretty much have like the next 48 hours, maybe a little bit more, depending on when I decide to close these submissions on Monday, to get in a creative, unique, stupid vehicle that meets all the qualifications and uses the mods that I have listed in the Discord as well. So if you haven't joined the Discord already, make sure you join with the link down below. Let me know what you thought about this stupid vehicle. And if you are a fan of the Stupid Vehicles series, and you remember those, then also let me know, do you have a favorite? What is your favorite stupid vehicle that you've seen on the channel? And if you haven't seen stupid vehicles before, because it's been a long time since we've done them, just type in ScrapMan stupid vehicles, and there's like a handful of episodes we did on them until I started running out of ideas. But new idea here, so I'm glad that this ended up working. This has been ScrapMan, and I'll see you next time. Bye.